are so excited about today's event. And obviously, you all are very excited. This is about progress and unity and education and courage. And in lives that have been very impactful in so many ways. Very impactful. I know my life has been impacted by the leaders of the past. Many of you were not here when Z. Alexander Looby marched and impacted our city and beyond. But I was a little girl at the time, and I'm grateful. So if you all, we have a few people standing. But we'd like to just welcome you here today. Just your presence here today tells us that this is an important event. One of my favorite quotes comes from Mahatma Gandhi. And it says, "Be the change that you want to see in the world. Be that change." People like our little black girls that rock, I said they rock and roll, the Metro Arts Commission, the participatory budget process, a democratic process when I was in the mayor's office. And Fabian Bedney, he's here somewhere. I watched him lead and steward that process. And I'm thankful that I was a part of that. But we just would like to welcome you to this event. It's a worthy event, one that you will never forget. And I hope everyone has had the opportunity to see the mural outside. It's so dynamic, and we're so thankful for Z. Alexander Looby and all of his proteges. We will forever be grateful, because when I was a little girl coming up, they told me you couldn't be it unless you could see it. Well, I had the opportunity to see the role models, and it made a very impactful difference in my life. I went on as a 12-year-old along with the young lady that's here today, and we integrated Stratford High School, and I'm just grateful for the role models. And at this time, I would like to welcome a friend of mine, someone that I had the opportunity to serve with on the Metro Council. Come on, Mayor. And his name is Mayor Freddie O'Connell. He is our 10th mayor, and I'm just very proud of him. And I'll never forget when we were on the council and I had my first battle, and he came up behind me and he said, "Well, you've been baptized by fire. You ready now?" So I want you all to give my friend, our mayor, an arousing round of applause. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Brenda. And I will say I am so fortunate that I had the opportunity to serve with both Brenda and Fabian on the Metro Council, and the opportunity, frankly, to learn from both of them, because I could see the both passion and compassion that Brenda represented her council district with, but I did not know when we first met the story of her own personal journey with integration. So it is amazing to be able to not just lead with, but learn from our own living legends. So Brenda, thank you. Would you all help me celebrate Brenda? And thank you all for helping us fill this auditorium on such a wonderful occasion. It is great to be here at the Looby Community Center, a remarkable place where our parks and libraries come together. This center was dedicated and named almost 50 years ago, 1976, the same year I was born, and almost 100 years since Z. Alexander Looby first arrived in Nashville in 1926. Now, I think for me, growing up even in Nashville, I recognize firsthand how many stories fade away from our memories, weakened by the passage of time, but there are also some stories that get stronger. And I want to just share with you from her 2024 book, Dynamite Nashville. Local author and historian Betsy Phillips wrote this: "Even though Looby is not very well known in Nashville anymore and certainly doesn't have the statewide status he deserves, there is no more important figure in Tennessee history in the first half of the 20th century. Every single legal advancement Black Tennesseans were able to make in that time period happened either directly because of Looby or because of the things Looby was involved in." And so it is really great that his memory lives on in some of our built environment. And I think especially today as we celebrate a new mural, but I think also as we look at how important it is to rediscover things. That book allowed us to explore the history of unsolved bombings in Nashville in modern day, things that happened decades ago. And our office, as a direct result of learning some of that history, reopened the case through a cold case investigation with the Metro Nashville Police Department. And though we didn't find, at least yet, satisfying answers to some of these unsolved bombings, we did actually find out at least a few more clues. And that's, I mean, to me, some stories do wind up getting stronger because they pick up new meaning connecting to the events of the day. And some stories get stronger because they pick up new audiences, including people who may not have had the opportunity to live through them or maybe weren't paying attention the first time. Some get stronger because of the collective actions of people who have been touched by the story and refuse to let it die or fade. And I think you see all three of those forces here today. And so I want to take a moment to recognize the people who are giving these stories new life. I know I walked in and have gotten to spend time already today with Vice Mayor Angie Henderson, who is here. Of course, Councilmember Quante Toombs, and we are so delighted to be in Council District 2 for this event. She is joined by Councilmember Terry Vo. I know we will hear from Metro Arts Interim Director Ashley Batchelder. I know former Tennessean editor Dwight Lewis, Tennessee Alliance for Black Lawyers President Jacoya Smith-Gallman. We have so many leaders here. I know Monique Odom is here from our Director of Parks as well. And I want to thank the Metro Nashville Police Department Detective Mike Rowland for the year-long investigation and into that 1960 bombing of Looby's home. This is work that brings us closer to the truth, the work of investigation right alongside the work of the arts. And so also, thank you to Executive Director Charmin Bates of Creative Girls Rock and lead mural artist Alicia Bomrozic. And you've seen them on the video that was playing as we walked in. This mural design, 20 feet high, 95 feet wide, took almost 3 months to complete. So it's amazing. It is an extraordinary work. Since launching their mural program in 2021, Creative Girls Rock has completed 13 high visibility murals across Nashville that serve as enduring symbols of collaboration, belonging, and empowerment. And here is why, yes, celebrate that. And those enduring works matter, but celebrate this too. More than 160 women have participated in the program, so thank you all. Now, I'm very fortunate that I've gotten to be on hand for several of these unveilings. We were with them recently at the Elizabeth Duff Transit Center at WeGo Central, where we have that Creative Girls Rock mural honoring Elizabeth Duff, who was Nashville's first Black female bus driver. Nearby, the new Rip Patton North Nashville Transit Center isn't just moving people. It's telling stories in 3 art pieces representing voices of the past, present, and future in North Nashville. And if you have not gone to see the visualization yet and recalled or learned the names of the Freedom Riders, there is such a wonderful inlay. So if you have not visited that transit center for its use for transit, please do take an opportunity to visit it for how it brings together art and history. But the most important group of people driving this story to new life are the people of this community. The North Nashville community, as you heard, drove the process of creating this mural by advocating for it to be funded and sharing what they valued most about Looby's contributions, including advocacy for civil rights, dedication to education, and leadership in multiple community organizations. This engagement was crucial to ensuring The mural reflects the values and priorities of North Nashville. It is a celebration of community and art in action, and it helps explain why Nashville continues to dedicate funding to the arts for the expression it enables and the community it brings. And you certainly see it here. You see it at our transit centers downtown and throughout North Nashville, where more people now know who Elizabeth Duff was and who Rip Patton was and why they mattered. You see it on Jefferson Street, where we recently had the Color Jefferson Street event. I know Brittany Irby from our team is here, who worked diligently on that project, and they are working with the community to revitalize one of our most historic corridors. Now, we're of course celebrating a great man here today, one of the finest public servants the city has ever known, and we do want people to know him better, know his story, know his legacy, and you'll know him better by the people who enabled his path and those he inspired. And I will share with you, just as serving with Brenda and learning from so many people in this room, I've learned so much about Looby's legacy over the years, and I continue to learn. And our arts community helps us all learn and remember with projects like this. Today's mural is a demonstration. It's a who's who of freedom riders and change makers that place Looby's work itself in context. It is a celebration of community above all else that honors the past while inviting us to participate in what happens next. And so for me personally, as this moment along a journey of learning, it is an honor for me to be here with you today. So thank you all also for being here.
Another round of applause. You know, when we think about the Arts Commission, and as a retired teacher, and I think about arts and how important the arts are, the various genres of arts are so important for enhancing and exacerbating the mind. So we're just happy when we think about Z. Alexander Looby and all he contributed to our well-being and society. It is just phenomenal. And I want you to know that when I think about Gandhi, and he said, become the change you want to see in the world. And we have a lot of people here that have become the change that they've wanted to see in the world. And that's what it's all about. But it's one thing that I would like for you to always know, and I would tell my student, the change is not from the outside in, the change is from what? The inside out. So God has put something in each one of us. He has purposed us to do what it is that He would have us to do. So just know the change comes from within, not from the outside. And when I think about the change coming from within, I think about the person that I'm to introduce next. When I met her, I just simply unequivocally saw greatness in her. She was kind, she was compassionate, she was smart, and she did her job well. And her name is Monique Odom. Does anybody know Monique Odom? If you do, give her a round of applause. She's a mom. Come on, Monique. And I have to say a couple of things about you. And now, come on. Not only is she brilliant, she's also pretty. Come on, Monique. Come on. You know me. I'm just Mama Haywood. I'll always be Mama Haywood. I want you to know that she's a native Nashvilleian. I want you to know that she is the first female director of Parks and Recreation. And I want you to know that you served in this capacity for 17 years, is that correct? Since 2017. Since 2017, I'm making you older than what you are. And I want you to know how many acres that she oversees. 16,000 acres she oversees, okay? And I want you to know among the properties that she oversees, this Looby Center is one of them. So I'd like for you all to welcome this beautiful, beautiful young woman that I so admire. Her name is, again, Monique Odom.
Well, I'll just say my remarks are brief, but I need to take former Vice Mayor around with me everywhere if she's giving intros like that. But thank you all for joining us this afternoon to dedicate what is a stunning commemorative mural honoring some of Nashville's passionate change makers. This mural is reflective, and it's a masterpiece chronicling the hard and sometimes dangerous work of these agents of change who dedicated their lives to the betterment of Nashville and to this nation during the modern civil rights era, civil rights movement, and beyond. I am proud to say that our mission at Metro Parks to sustainably and equitably provide everyone in Nashville with an inviting network of parks and greenways that offer health, wellness, and quality of life through recreation, conservation, and community mirrors the efforts of these leaders pictured on that mural. It is my hope that community members always feel welcomed in our parks, greenways, facilities, and spaces like this, knowing that they are seen, heard, and valued. Murals and art pieces, such as this mural, often act as a reminder of our history and sense of belonging in our parks and in our beloved city. I want to say a special thank you to Creative Girls Rock for all that you do in this city, and to lead artist Elishaba Mrazik for creating this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork. Your hard work has helped us memorialize these trailblazing visionaries in a thoughtful and appealing way. Thank you to Metro Arts Nashville for your partnership in this endeavor. And to everyone else, please enjoy your day here and continue to spread positive change through your work and your words. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ashley Batchelder, and I have the great honor of serving as the interim executive director of Metro Arts. I want to thank our important partners with Parks. I want to thank Mayor O'Connell, Vice Mayor Henderson, and all the council members who are here today, and all of your support for this mural and for supporting the arts ecosystem in Nashville. It's really an honor to welcome you all and to see the full crowd that we have here to the dedication of They Fought with Words, leaders, lawyers, and educators. This mural is rooted in remembrance, community, and our shared vision of the future. Z. Alexander Looby was a lawyer, an educator, a councilman, and a champion for justice, such a driving force behind transformative change in our city, and whose commitment has shaped the fabric of our city and our commitment to civil rights. This mural honors and celebrates that legacy, and it does so in color, in movement, and its symbolism. It's a true tribute to Looby and the many voices and leaders who stood with him and fought alongside him. The mural was also honored and inspired by months of community engagement with residents, elders, artists, advocates who offered personal stories, insights, ideas that directly shaped what you see to here. And I know so many of you are here today. We are so deeply grateful for your contribution and engagement with this artwork. A special thanks goes to Creative Girls Rock, to lead artist Elishaba Mrazik, and our team of fine art handlers. That includes Stephanie, Alex, Anna, Spencer, Duncan with Art Up Nashville, for really bringing this mural and this community vision to life. We also want to give a special thanks to Barge Design for their assistance in documenting the wall construction. I want to thank Campbell West, who serves as the current chair of both the Metro Arts Commission and the Public Art Committee, as well as all of our commissioners who are here today, Commissioners Gila Khalil, Evan Brown, Trey Harden, Dewana Wade, Heather Lefkowitz, Brittany Cole, and our Public Art Committee member, Carlton Wilkerson. All other art commissioners, Public Art Committee members, the Metro Arts staff as well, for all of your leadership and support in this work. I want to thank again our partners at Metro Parks, the Metro Council, and specifically Councilwoman Toombs, the Mayor's Office, and all who supported this project. You'll hear from many of them after me. We want to thank Fabian Bedney, the Bordeaux North Nashville Participatory Budget Steering Committee, and everyone who submitted ideas and took time to vote on what you wanted to see in your community. It's all through the Mayor's Office participatory budgeting process that this mural was funded and this work was able to happen. So we have a wonderful program for you here today. I hope the rain stops afterwards so that we can all enjoy time outside afterward. And so thank you again for being here, for celebrating with us, and I will pass it on to Councilwoman Toombs next.
Good afternoon. Welcome to District 2. It is truly a joy to stand with you today at the unveiling of this beautiful mural that graces the Z. Alexander Looby Center, a space that honors not only a great man, but the legacy of justice, dignity, and perseverance. First, I want to extend a heartfelt thanks to all who helped make today possible, to Mayor Freddie O'Connell for your continued support, to the Metro Parks Department and Director Odom for your stewardship of this center and our public spaces to ensure that they remain open, accessible, and evolving. To Fabian Bedney, who was in the previous administration's office when this idea of participatory budgeting was launched. To Judge Rachel Bell, who was the chair of the community-led steering committee that chose the projects that were up for a vote. And for those who are like, what the heck is participatory budgeting? Basically, some money was set aside and community members in North Nashville and Bordeaux were allowed to choose projects that went on a ballot, and community members voted on those projects. I'd also like to extend thanks to Charmin Bates of Creative Girls Rock and Alicia Morozic, got it, who brought this mural to life. Thank you for transforming a concrete wall into a canvas of empowerment. Thank you to Metro Arts for all that you do for the arts community. There are a couple of projects in District 2 that are ongoing, and I look forward to continuing to work with you. Most importantly, I want to thank the members of the community who advocated and voted for this mural project as part of the city's participatory budgeting process. District 2 has some of the most engaged residents in the city, and their advocacy helps fuel me as I advocate for resources on their behalf. We all know that Z. Alexander Looby was a warrior for civil rights. He was a trailblazer who served our city as a city councilman, who served as a lawyer, who challenged injustice, even at the risk of his own safety. As an attorney myself and chair of the Minority Caucus, I am personally grateful for his legacy. It is fitting that a center named after such a trailblazer, that two other trailblazers, Charmin Bates of Creative Girls Rock and Alicia Morozic, are the creators of this beautiful new mural. This is yet another example of what we like to call Black excellence. I always like to take the opportunity to lift up the Looby Center. The revitalization of the center is one of my top priorities. As we know, in the Black community, oftentimes we name buildings and streets after our Black heroes, and we put them in places in our cities that are historically underfunded and overlooked. And these areas, impoverished areas, serve as a backdrop to other prosperous areas of the city. We have the Z. Alexander Looby Center here in North Nashville, an area that until recent years has historically been overlooked and under-resourced in the same neighborhood as the headquarters and practice facility of one of the wealthiest organizations in the country, the Titans organization. And I don't make that comparison as a slight towards the Titans, but to lift up the needs of our community and to let my constituents know that they matter too. That's why the creation of a partnership between myself, North Nashville residents, the Civic Design Center, the Titans One Community Foundation, and Metro Parks has been so important. Thanks to the Titans One Community Foundation, there's a new computer lab right here in the center. Also, together, we are reimagining the Looby Center as the state-of-the-art facility that the community deserves. A week or so ago, we convened for a visioning session where 2 years of community engagement was realized through renderings of what the Looby Center can be. I told the group to aim high, and boy, did they really aim high. We saw renderings that could rival the Taj Mahal, the Skirmihorn Center downtown, but that's okay, YOLO. I look forward to helping to bring that vision to fruition as much as possible because our kids deserve it, our seniors deserve it, our entire community deserves it, and the Z. Alexander Looby legacy deserves it. So again, thank you to all who made this day possible, and I have the distinct honor of introducing our next speaker, Ms. Sharman Bates. Sharman A. Bates is the founder and CEO of Creative Girls Rock, a nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering girls and women through the creative arts. With a professional background in organizational leadership and nonprofit management, Sharman has spent over a decade developing impactful programs centered around creative expression, youth development, and women's empowerment. Under her leadership, Creative Girls Rock has served thousands of youth and families through workshops, mural projects, and community initiatives across Middle Tennessee. Sharman is actively engaged in the CGR mural project at the Looby Community Center Revitalization Project and other neighborhood partnerships that use public art as a platform for community pride and storytelling. A proud Tennessee State University alumni, ooh, and I hate to say this next part, and no shade, but I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. She is a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I'll let y'all have y'all day. She's passionate about using creativity as a tool for healing, education, and social change. Please welcome Ms. Sharman Bates.
Thank you so much. We're going to break up the energy a little bit in here. On 3, I'm going to say Creative Girls Rock, and I want you guys to say it with me. On 1, 2, 3. Creative. We're going to try that again. 1, 2, 3. Yes, yes. So thank you again for everyone who have spoke before me. I am Sharman Bates, the founder and CEO of Creative Girls Rock. Our mural program began in 2021, a time when the world was facing so much uncertainty, loss, and isolation. The pandemic had forced us all to pause, to rethink and reimagine how we could still come together and create joy during such a heavy time. In the middle of that, we launched our very first mural project collaboration with Looby Mural on Buchanan Street. So roll out, y'all remember that Creative Girls Rock mural? Yes, 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 my favorite mural. That mural became a symbol of hope, healing, and resilience, and sparked something powerful within the community. At Creative Girls Rock, we believe in the transformative power of creativity, not just as a form, or art form, but as a healing tool, a voice for the voiceless, and a bridge that brings community together. This mural project is a reflection of that. During the process, we engage with the community through our community town hall sessions to help research who and what should be a part of this mural artwork. And that was something that was used to tell some of the stories that you'll see throughout the artwork when we go outside, but those who came before us. And we created something meaningful and beautiful that would continue to inspire everyone that walks by. I want to extend a thank you to Metro Arts for this opportunity. We truly appreciate your commitment in providing these type of platforms for organizations like Creative Girls Rock. To our incredible CGR mural artist director, Elishaba Morozic, thank you for your leadership and your direction and inspiring me. To our young artists and our intern who's in the audience, Kamara Stevens, who just got accepted at Austin Peay University, so I want to give her a round of applause. Thank you for your vision and trusting in yourself and believing in your creativity, your voice, and just helping bringing this vision to life. So as she mentioned, I am a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and I would like to thank my bros, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Thank you for upholding the standards of Z. Alexander Looby, who founded the 5th District of Omega Psi Phi. This is what happens when we come together and we make space for young people to be seen, heard, and celebrated through creativity. And so it is my honor to introduce our next speaker, the artist behind the mural, Alicia, the Queen Morozic. So help me give her a round of applause. I love you, girl.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. It is amazing to see how many people showed up to honor amazing ancestors of ours that are featured in this mural. Inchinchim, it's a Twi word from the Akan people of Ghana. It means twisting or twists and turns. It's an Adinkra symbol that represents the twists and turns of life's journey in emphasizing adaptability, resilience, and dynamism. The symbol is a visual reminder that life is not a straight path, but rather one filled with challenges and changes, requiring one to be flexible and resourceful. This term, Inchinchim, I feel reflects Z. Alexander Luby's life, and also my own this last year. Just as I received the materials and was about to begin painting this work, my mother lost her battle with cancer. That major life twist brought me face to face with the ancestors on a deeply personal level. As I began to handle the affairs of my mother, I faced this monumental task. This project proved to me yet again how powerful art is as healing and therapy for the heart and soul, both for myself and for my community. During the design process, I had to think critically and use all of my skills, combining photos, digitally enhancing and editing, and creating new images of people long gone into a vibrant, living, monumental work of art. Art should reflect the times. I feel like this mural reflects the time now where we cannot forget people and the legacies of people like Alexander Luby, Flournoy Coles, Coyness Enix, Thurgood Marshall, Avon Williams, J.C. Napier, Ludi Lytle, Kwame Lilliard, Diane Nash, Prince Albert Ewing, and David Taylor G. Ewing, who are all featured in this mural. Humans don't live in a vacuum, right? We are honoring Dr. Luby, but he also knew that it takes a team, and every single person, their contributions before his time, during his time, and adjacent to his time are all a part of what made his work possible and his work a lasting impact on our community. My inspiration for the design, I really wanted to define this legacy in more than black and white photos. I really wanted vibrant, bold colors that reflected their spirit, determination, and would truly honor the ancestors. I want to just thank Charmin Bates, my friend, amazing director of Creative Girls Rock, who's been working with me and allowing me to have my creativity and also connect with community in these large projects. I want to thank my husband, Aaron, my daughter, Kasumi, and my son, Django, for dealing with my long nights up on ladders and out on walls. My amazing creative artist assistant, Kamara, who got down with me on the ground to paint low, up in the sky to paint high. And I want to thank Metro Arts, Mayor Freddie, the community of North Nashville for voting for a project like this. We really need to always continue to make sure that we have creative art in our public spaces that's reflective of the community that lives there, that has the history there. I want to thank David Ewing as well for giving me information I did not know about 3 of the people on the mural who were the first black lawyers in Tennessee and whose contributions allowed Luby and his team and others to be able to do their legal work and be able to be lawyers here in the state of Tennessee. Also, I want to thank my mom. And I want to say just thank you for everybody. Support art and artists, honor the ancestors, because they make it possible for the life we live today. Thank you for the opportunity.
Celebrate her.
We got to give it up one more time because that is amazing. I read somewhere that your gifts will make room for you. I believe that. Do you all believe that? Definitely. Is Dwight Lewis in the house? Dwight Lewis, would you come up, please? Yeah, go ahead. Give it up for Dwight. Dwight, come right over here. Come on, come on, come on. I think Dwight and I are about the same age. It takes us a minute. We said speak for yourself, right? No, you're not older. No, no, no. Okay. Okay. I hope you all are familiar with Dwight Lewis, and if you're not, I would like to familiarize you. Dwight Lewis. No. You might be a minute older, but you can't tell me what to do. He said, keep it short. This is what they gave me, okay? Now he's embarrassed, okay? It's okay. Dwight Lewis, a native of Knoxville, Tennessee, is a retired award-winning journalist who worked at the Tennessean newspaper, I remember all those years, from March 1971 until October 2011 as a reporter, regional editor, and he was the editor-in-chief. He was presented with the ACLU Tennessee Lifetime Achievement Award on November the 30th of 2017. Dwight's columns awarded public dialogues on topics such as mass incarceration and criminal justice reform, the death penalty, educational equity, fair treatment of immigrants, vote, so pertinent for today, voting rights, and more. Most recently, Dwight was selected in late September of 2020 to serve as co-chair of the Policy Commission in Nashville. The commission, made up of 14 local citizens, was established by then Mayor John Cooper's office in 2020 with the goal of analyzing nearly every aspect of Nashville law enforcement. Meanwhile, like Attorney Z. Alexander Looby, Dwight is a... What fraternity are you a member of? Omega Psi Phi, which you all are really representing Z. Alexander Looby well. And at this time, we have Mr. Dwight Lewis. Come on, Dwight.
Thank you, Ms. Haywood. To Mayor O'Connell, members of the Metro Arts, others, distinguished guests, especially to the members of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity. Attorney Looby was not only just a member of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, he was the fraternity's 17th Grand Basileus, or president, served from 1940 to 1945. Mayor O'Connell, this is a special day. It's a special occasion. As I was thinking about being on this platform today, I couldn't help but think back to almost 54 years ago, August 1971. I was a cub reporter for the Tennessean newspaper. One Sunday afternoon, sitting behind my desk, and the city editor called me up and said, I want you to go out to Attorney Z. Alexander Looby's house out on Meharry Boulevard. He's decided not to run for the council again. I want you to go out there and interview him. Why isn't he going to run again? So I go out, and I will never forget these words that Attorney Looby told me as long as I'm in my right mind. He said, my mind is good, but my body is tired. 8 months later, in April 1972, Attorney Looby was dead. I want to read you a little bit that I wrote from the article after that interview. It's dated August 30th, 1971. Dr. Z. Alexander Looby, nationally recognized civil rights lawyer who has represented a portion of North Nashville in the council since 1951, isn't about to call it quits, but he acknowledges that perhaps it is now time, at the age of 72, to slow down a little. Looby, whose fights on behalf of human rights have become legend, will retire from the Metro Council tomorrow. A new council takes over Wednesday, and he doesn't expect ever to run again for public office. But he will continue to work as an attorney and says he will give whatever assistance he can to anyone, especially in the field of civil rights. I think I have made my contributions to social welfare, and now I am tired, Looby said, as he said in his living room one day last week, discussing his reasons for not seeking re-election to the council in the recent election. I feel I have done my share. In addition, partial confinement to this wheelchair was a factor in making me think about not running for office. It is a difficult decision for anyone to make up his mind to retire, and I am only semi-retiring. I will continue to work as an attorney. A variety of ailments have weakened Looby, leaving his legs in particularly bad condition, and that is why he uses a wheelchair frequently. But his friends say his keen intellect is as strong as ever. Carlton Petway, another black Nashville civil rights attorney, and who was a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, a member of the Metro Council, said Looby has been one of the most influential leaders in the struggle in Nashville for equal rights for everybody. And then there was a February 20th, 1983 story that I wrote. I'm just going to read you 4 paragraphs. Thurgood Marshall spared DUI charge. The legal career of Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall could have been halted in November 1946 if a Columbia, Tennessee magistrate had found Marshall guilty of driving under the influence of alcohol. Moreover, Marshall's life might have ended the night of November 18th, 1946 at the age of 37 if it had not been for the presence and concern of Dr. Z. Alexander Looby, a nationally recognized civil rights lawyer who lived in Nashville for many years before his death in 1972. Details of the incident involving Marshall, the only black person to have served on the nation's highest court, are included among the Looby papers which have been given to Fisk University's library by Looby's wife, Grafta. The papers, which are open to the public, give a good view of Looby, a man who fought many court battles for justice and equality because he believed the world was not right if half of his people are free and the other half are slaves. This past October, I was down in Columbia, Tennessee, where they had the 1946 race riot, and Justice Marshall, he was the Attorney Marshall then, and Attorney Looby represented the defendants in the case. And there's a group of people who have decided to dedicate a roundabout in Columbia in Justice Marshall's name. And attorney and Omega brother Fred Gray was speaking that night. And as I sat there listening to the different speakers, I wondered why only Thurgood Marshall is this roundabout been named? Why isn't Z. Alexander Looby's name included? Well, when I got word that this piece of artwork was being dedicated today, I could only say, amen, amen, amen. Thank you.
Give it up one more time. A lot of history right there, a lot of depth of feel. At this time, I would like to call Ms. Smith to the platform. Ms. Smith, Chakola, could you please come up? Could you stand right over here? I need everybody to look at you.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm old enough to be your grandmama, so you have to listen, okay? I would like to introduce this brilliant young woman to you all, because I want you all to see her face and know who she is and to remember her name, Chakola Smith, okay? Ms. Smith is a civil litigation attorney at Ortell Kelly, with a background in criminal prosecution and a passion for community-centered advocacy. She currently serves as president of the Tennessee Alliance of Black Lawyers and is the immediate past president of the Napier Bar Association, Napier Looby Bar Association, where she led initiatives to support and advance Black attorneys in Nashville. Ms. Smith has been recognized as one of the nation's Bar Association's 40 under 40, let's give her flowers while she lives. Selected for both the TBA Leadership Law and Nashville Bar Association Leadership Forum. She first became involved with the Looby Project as a panelist, reflecting on Z. Alexander Looby's impact on the legal profession and his enduring influence on generations of Black lawyers. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Ms. Smith remains committed to preserving his legacy and to empowering future legal leaders through mentorship, service, and advocacy. Gandhi said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." Let's welcome her, please.
Thank you. It is a deep honor to stand before you today for the unveiling of this powerful mural honoring the legacy of Z. Alexander Looby. I bring greetings to you as the president of the Tennessee Alliance for Black Lawyers and a past president of the Napier Looby Bar Association, an organization named after two men who carved a path for Black lawyers in Tennessee and across the nation. Every day we strive to walk in their footsteps and carry forward the work that they began. Z. Alexander Looby and J.C. Napier were more than brilliant attorneys. They were architects of justice, men of principle, and examples of courage in the face of systems designed to break them. Mr. Looby in particular faced threats to his life and still stood firm in his fight for civil rights and equal protection under the law. His work, both in the courtroom and in our communities, laid the foundation for people like me to practice law not in the shadows, but in broad daylight with pride and purpose. As a Black woman attorney, I often reflect on the fact that I am standing in spaces where they once had to fight to be seen, to be heard, and to be respected, and where I still must stand and continue that fight. Often, we as Black attorneys are still the only ones in the room, in the courtroom, at the table, on the board, on the panel, or on the committee, fighting to be heard and advocating for the rights and justice of Black people in spaces where others remain oblivious, willfully or not, to the inequities that we continue to face. The sacrifices of Mr. Looby and Mr. Napier were not abstract. They made possible our presence in this profession, our leadership in this bar, and our commitment to using the law as a tool to serve, uplift, protect, and press forward. When I was initially invited to participate in this project, I did so first, as said, as a panelist, speaking as the Napier Looby president, about the impact of Mr. Looby's work. One point that I emphasized then, and I continue to emphasize now, is that the community has a role, an essential role, in keeping this history alive. especially during times where our history is trying to be erased. This mural is not just art. It is a call to action, a reminder, a mirror. It invites us to ask, are we telling our children these stories? Are we showing them that the Black lawyers and defenders of justice do not just exist in books, but come from our neighborhoods, from our families, from our churches? Representation matters. Visibility matters. This mural will speak long after today's ceremony is over. It will whisper to a little Black boy walking by, "You could be a lawyer." It will shout to a teenage girl who is struggling to find her place, "You belong here too." It will teach the curious and challenge the complacent. Let this not just be a moment of reflection, but a recommitment to action. Let us use this mural as a spark to teach, to mentor, to uplift, and to build. Let us ensure that the legacies of Z. Alexander Looby and J.C. Napier are not frozen in time, but living, breathing, and pushing us all toward justice. Thank you.
You know what to do. Give it up for another. Meaningful and impactful. At this time, have you all enjoyed yourself? If you do, could you please let the organizers know by another rounding hand of applause? There have been a lot of names called here and a lot of people that have been identified as serving in various capacities that have made this program possible. But at this time, I'd like for all the attendees to know that we don't take you being here today lightly. There are so many other places you could have been right now. However, you came to celebrate this occasion. And that means that this is important to you. And I would just like to say thank you for being here today, because without you, it could not have been the wonderful program that we have witnessed today. Give yourselves a round of applause. I'd like to thank Ms. Osei for asking me to serve in this capacity. I don't take it lightly for her finding me worthy. And I would like to call Ms. Ashley up to take the podium. Let's give it up for Ms. Ashley.
Thank you all again. Metro Arts is so truly grateful and happy to be in community with you all, a part of this important work that is done and the work that we will continue to do together. So this does conclude our program. We invite you outside. We have complimentary shaved ice from Kona Ice. And while we gather at the mural, we will have a presentation from District Representative Brian K. White on behalf of Omega Psi-Phi Fraternity Incorporated in the legendary 5th District. So again, thank you so much for being here. We can all make our way outside. I know it's hot, but please continue to be in community together and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.